Yeah, man. I just wanted to let you know that I'm starting the stream. I wanted to see if you could possibly get on and we could just do like a quick sound check.
Alright, yeah. Can you send me a link to it? 'Cause I don't know the link to it.
Yeah, let me see how to do this. Because I'm just looking.
Antonio just did the sickest fucking dubstep project file. That's really fucking good.
Really?
He actually just switched to Ableton, so I'm pretty pumped about it.
He just switched to Ableton?
Yeah, and like 2 days later made like the fucking nastiest dubstep project in Ableton.
Well, that's fire.
No time. He's like really good at Ableton already. I don't know how.
That kid's just really good in general.
Dude, he just works really long hours. He hasn't gone to sleep yet since yesterday. So he's like still up. He's like kind of. He reminds me a lot of me when I was younger. Super fucking enthusiastic, trying to like beat everybody.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny here because it just sent me a link.
I don't know how to send it. I'm like on the dashboard or whatever. It's just like on YouTube. It should like just pop up, you know?
Wait, where?
On YouTube.
I don't know what the YouTube URL, but
It's like Titan Cymatics. I don't know how to like send this stream, like if there's like a share link right here. Let me find
Are you live right your session too?
right this second.
Isn't it number 3?
Oh, does it say number?
I'm listening to you right now.
Oh, I can just change the title. So it's number 3, right?
Yeah, dude, I can see it right now. You wanna like just play the audio and stuff and test it?
Yeah. Did you say it's number 3? Like, should I change the title?
What do you mean?
Did like it still says Titan Breakthrough session number 2? Should I change it to number 3? Or I think this is actually 4. I think this is the 4th one.
Yeah. By the way, I think there's some people watching, so just don't say anything.
What's up? Got it. Okay. Yeah. Let me just play some music.
Alright, cool. You ready to start?
Yeah. I usually give a few minutes for people to roll in, but I'm just gonna start playing some music and then.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? With Wix.com, you have everything you need to create your own stunning website. Start with a designer-made template. The drag-and-drop editor makes it easy to get your website looking exactly how you want. No coding needed. Showcase your creativity. Grow.
This audio squared away.
The motherfucking world is a ghetto.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? With Wix.com,
You know I'm looking for somebody. You know I'm looking for somebody. Could be me.
Um, that might sound really shitty, but it's gonna have to work for now because I need to figure out what the hell's going on here. Hopefully this works a little bit, but that can't be the end. That can't be the end game here. All right. So left ear, but can hear you. Left ear only, but can hear you. Does it sound shitty? God, I can't figure this out right now. Right ear is lonely. All right, I'm gonna try to figure this out. I got some people on it trying to figure this out. But for right now, I mean, can you hear the music? Alright, so from only the left, that'll have to work for now until we figure something out. I'm going to have one of the Cymatics guys kind of try to troubleshoot this as we go, but I'm going to try to keep going with this. So as long as you guys can hear me talk, that's like good enough for now. So I'm going to try to find like a good kind of trippy chord progression. Alright, this is pretty cool. This kind of reminds me of like Cashmere Cat. Alright, I'll turn up my mic then. Let me see if I can. 1 second. Alright, hopefully this is turning it up a little bit. Yo. Alright. This kind of reminds me of like Cashmere Cat for some reason, so I'm gonna call this Cash Cat. So I'm gonna auto filter this in, and we will start. All right, so let's figure this out. So this looks like a so we have the E, B, a D, G, and another B. So this kind of looks like a seventh. This might be a seventh because of the D in here. I'm not sure exactly if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but something about it is giving me that kind of like, it's kind of making me like unsure of things. Like there's something coming next. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my baseline here as well with like a respace. So I'm going to go ahead and copy over this MIDI, and we can kind of see what we're working with here. So we have an E, and we're going to go all the way across with the E. And then I'm just going to duplicate this, drop it down, duplicate it, put it up. And there's our bass line right there. So I'm just going to delete everything else. Oops, missed one. Alright, so that'll be our bass line. Let's duplicate that. Oops. Alright, so this is the loop we kind of got going on right now. Maybe I'll drop. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for some string loops to put underneath this, and I'm just gonna start kind of layering everything. I'm working with headphones right now just because with the speakers there would be like a lot of feedback. Alright, so I don't know if this is going to fit. I'm going to definitely need to transpose this, but I really like that string. Nope, not going to work. Alright, so let's see where we are. This is in E minor, so let's go ahead and look for one in E minor. I think that one will work. Nope. All right, so we're gonna skip on the string loop. We might add that later as like a bridge or something, but I think I'm gonna go into vocal loops. Let's see if we can find a cool vocal loop. That should definitely be something that'll work for us.
Why
All right, that'll work good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make an ARP with this. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go into. I think I'm just gonna stretch this chord across, and not have any of. Like I'm gonna remake this kind of chord progression and just make sure all the notes are not touching each other. Just because you don't want the ARP to be like starting and stopping in like weird spots. So with things like this, this might throw off the ARP. So I'm just gonna kind of stretch these across and make sure each chord is going across like the same amount. So let's. I would love to go over how we process the strings in Titan, but I did not actually work on the string section. I was more involved in like the synth section and vocal loops and different things like that. So I would love to know how the strings were processed though, because they sound amazing. But I could kind of show you how strings would be processed, if that would be like a good sort of tip. I have one string VST and it's in the contact bank. Oh, okay, wait, we're repeating ourselves there. Are we? No, we're not. All right, we got to keep going. Yeah, so I have a strings VST. It's in contact, and like that one sounds great. I know there's a lot of other really good ones out there, and so I'm not sure which one was used in making those strings, but they sound so good. So we could I could maybe like add my own strings. Actually, I could do that. I'll add my own strings and then process them. And yeah, let me know which synth you want to reverse engineer. Are you talking one of the Helix synths or the synth shots? Let me just do this real quick. Alright, so that's what I want. So I want there to be 5 notes. Because when there's 5 notes, it gives me that cool sound, so. Or when there's 6 notes. Yeah, so I'll definitely get into reverse engineering one of the synth shots if I can. Yeah, the Titan strings sound really, really good. I mean, I don't know what exactly went into them being made, but I would definitely like to know. But yeah, I'm gonna get into reverse engineering one of the synths for a drop, because I think I kind of want to set it up like that Boombox Cartel song where there's like a cool intro, just kind of cool spacey intro, and then it just gets into something. Alright, so now that I have my synths, I'm going to make an impact. I'm going to start layering over these intro, because I like to, sometimes I write the intro first, but this is going to sound so much better. I really like this one. So let's go ahead and I'll start setting up some things. I'm going to start recoloring things as well, because I like to get organized from the start, or else it's just a mess, giant mess. You don't want that. All right. And I'm gonna get a kick in here too, so we'll call this drums, kick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure all of these are pretty low. So I'm going to drop everything down by 10 and the groups down by 5. So bring that down to 18, down to 5. And this way I'll have headroom to bring everything up if I need to. And then I'm going to go to my master and put on a utility and then boost the volume. My voice is pan left because something happened from the start of the stream to right now with the microphone, and I'm not exactly sure what happened. So I don't know if my mic went out or my cord went out or what's going on. So right now I have like this makeshift way through the streaming where I think it's picking up my voice through the computer. So yeah, definitely not ideal, but rather than take a bunch of time and try to figure this out now, I figure we just run with it. As long as you can hear my voice, that'll have to be good enough for right now. And as long as you can hear the music really well, I think that's most important. So that's just kind of what we're going through right now. A little technical difficulties, but it's fine. We're still rolling. So I'm going to get a kick. And I did this in the last stream, and I really kind of liked how it sounded. So I'm going to get 2 kicks. One really tight one. This one. And then one loose one. So I'm going to group this. And I'm going to call this tight. And the other one I'm going to call loose. That's what I want. I think I used these exact 2 kicks, which is hilarious. That just means I'm really consistent, I guess. I don't know, I'm just making shit up. But yeah, that's pretty funny. I think I did use these exact kicks. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of EQ these kicks away from each other a little bit. So, I want this tight one to be like the main punch. And then I want this loose one to kind of be more of a top end. Actually, I'm just going to call this trigger, and I'm just going to use... I'll mix this in, but I'm just going to layer them on top of each other and not EQ them out, because why not? Alright, so I'm going to make a kick on the 1. And I think I'm going to filter this out as well. Alright, and so what we're going to do is now we have, I made a track called Sidechain, and we're going to want to make sure the ins are selected here so you can start routing things in. and we're going to send the synths to the sidechain right there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up this sidechain from scratch. So what I actually like to do is in the Ableton 8 compressor, it's different from the 9 compressor, but you could still bring the 8 compressor in. And I forget who taught me this trick, but I think these different modes right here, what are they called again? I forget it's the model type. They are like modeling different compressors, so you can select which one you want. And this FF2 is the one that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and sidechain this to kick. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to do trigger pre-effects. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to turn this up. I don't know. That's fine. So I don't like that view. Let me answer some of these questions real quick. I just saw this. Will this sessions be reposted for reference? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be. And is there any reason why you don't create a starting template? It seems like you usually create the same organizational structure for your tracks. Yeah, you're definitely right on that one, Nick. The reason I do start with a template, the only template I have is this sidechain and a kick. And I do start the same way usually, but I'm trying to kind of get out of that. I'm trying to get out of the habit of starting off my tracks the same way, because you just don't want to do the same thing over and over again. But I mean, for right now, I'm writing a certain style. I think I might change up the arrangement when it comes to the build up, maybe. But yeah, I don't want to get locked into using a template and just writing the same sort of track every time. All right, Matt's question was, how do you know when to use a simpler, a sampler, or just the audio file for drums? What's the major differences? Okay, that's a great question. So it really doesn't matter. I do like the sampler better, and I'll explain real quick the difference between the two. So I automatically, when I make a MIDI track, a sampler is on a MIDI track. So the reason why I like the sampler better, and then here we'll do another one and we'll make that a simpler. All right, we'll do it this way because that does that weird thing I forgot. Okay, so times when a simpler is cool is for I always click on that. Is if you want to make like synth leads, like cool synth leads is really cool in a simpler. I would definitely recommend doing a simpler over a sampler if you're doing like a synth sample lead. So let's just put this in here. So what it does is it warps the sample. So no matter how high you go, the sample stays the same length. But if you were to put that same sample in a simpler, that's the original sample. So if I go up an octave and another one, the sample gets really, really short because that's what happens in a sampler. It's not warped. So the frequencies are getting shorter. The entire sample is getting shorter. So that is definitely the advantage of the simpler with using a synth one shot. As far as everything else, I like to reach for a sampler for like drums, because sometimes I'll do like drum rising, and the thing that sucks is in the simpler, as far as I know, you can't control the like the MIDI range. But in the simpler, you go into MIDI and you can do the pitch bend range there. So that'd actually be a great question for Jeannot or Kermode to kind of go in deep on, because I'm sure he knows way more about me, like all the differences between the simpler and sampler. But when I'm using drums, I used to do audio for drums, but then I'd have to go in and change everything. So I like to use a sampler for drums always. I rarely ever use a simpler. Like, honestly, I should probably just switch all of these to simplers. I don't like simplers that much. So I'm going to definitely go ahead and do that. But that was a great question. So, all right, let's get into this a bit more. I want to get some downlifters and different effects in here. Maybe an ambience. That's cool. Maybe this one will work. I'm going to make this really short, though. I'm going to take off warp. And I want this to end on an E. So let's see. That was at A. So we need to go A. All right, let's go back down. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, E. Okay. That should work. I'm not sure if that'll work, but hopefully it does. Perfect. That did work. All right. I'm going to do a little percussion loop. That'll work. And I'm going to try to do some cool processing with this. Alright. So maybe what I'll do is like a little future bass drop and then build that into a trap drop. So I'm going to try to get through this pretty fast so we can kind of nail all this. C sharp, D, D. See, now I'm using audio for like the drums, and this isn't like it's just whatever. It's just random. So I'm kind of making a little pattern with these snares. All right. I'm going to kind of fade them all a little bit, and then I'm going to add reverb to these guys. So there's like a little snare melody that just adds some... I want to change this third one. There we go. Alright, so that's a cool little melody. I love doing this. And I just bumped them all up an octave. Then I'm going to go in and kind of EQ them to make them a little thinner. Alright, I'm going to add some claps in here. This is actually sounding pretty cool. I like this. Alright, so... So I'm going to start pitch bending these up and then adding another little snare in there, like a build-up snare, because we're going to make this into like a little build right here. Alright, so, and I'm going to do like a little drum fill right there. And let's get a white noise riser as well. White noise. Always good with the white noise. Up. That sounds cool. Alright, let's get a fill going. See if we have any toms in here. No. Alright, there's a tom. I'm going to take this and chop this tom out. And we're going to make our own tom fill. So let's call this fill 2. Shortcut key to switch fades. Great question. Command Option F. That is so easy rather than going in there. So I do that all the time. So let's go ahead. I'm going to tune this and make like a big fill. Alright, I don't know if this... I gotta have to unwarp these because this is sounding like crap warped. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another bus. We'll call this fill bus. And we're gonna send everything to the fill bus. So now everything is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start compressing this. So I'm gonna first do let's do some rock parallel room, maybe some reverb. Alright, and then maybe a little multi-band. Just trying to make this sound like big. Alright, so now we'll get into our little future bass part. Alright, so let's start by making the drums, because I already kind of have an idea of what I want in my head. Oh, I always click on that. Oh my god. There's a snare. And we're going to pitch this up. Because it's at C, we want it to be at E. And it's actually was at C sharp. No, that's not right. Alright, so there's going to be the one snare pattern. So I'm going to duplicate this, and then there's this one snare that I just always use. And it's like more so for like a transient and a sidechain sort of purpose. So we're gonna go there. Heavy snare 11, and that is in the Terror pack. And I'm just gonna put this across because I really like the transient on it. Like it's super punchy. So then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up to this sidechain. And I'm going to set this to snare 1, which I'm going to rename punch snare. Alright, so let me think. Alright, this is just going to be my kick pattern. Going to be pretty simple because I'm going to do much more stuff with the synths. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off everything right here because we're going to make another group which will be called, we'll call this main drop saw. Drop synths. Alright, let's go and we'll go into Serum. And I think there is a great sound in Helix, I believe. Which is the chord, which is, it's definitely in here. It's one of these. Let's go from this, let's go from the top. Maybe that'll be it. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this MIDI right here and I'm going to copy it right there. Alright, then I'm going to drop it down. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to adjust the rate. So I want to be like ba 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 pa ba 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 ba. So let's go ahead. All right, let's start doing some cool things with the cutoff. So I'm going to actually do my own auto filter. Just start playing around with this. Alright, so change the pitch bend range. Alright, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this and the auto filter because this is where I'm going to make my pattern. That's going to be my pattern right there. And this is still like a little high. I want to drop this down. Select all. Oops. Shit. Alright, so this is pretty much how I start a future bass drop. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to call this main saw. I know I already named it that, but I'm going to call this low saw because we're going to go in, and now that we have our progression and everything, I'm just going to go in and start layering these chords like really nicely. So we're going to start with the lows. All right, so now I'm going to go in and layer this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just use these top notes. And I'm going to kind of make a little melody for the second half that gets us away from this main chord melody, because the top notes is really kind of what you're hearing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to detune these a lot more. And add some reverb. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete everything right here. And I'm just going to duplicate this entire thing, because I'm going to make another melody over here for the top saws. So now let's listen to what we have. Now we have. Alright, so now I'm going to go into making... Oh, perfect. We still got a lot of time. Alright, do you prefer to use the Serum Reverb for your synths over Ableton Reverb or any other reverb plugin? It really depends. So, here's why. I really don't have a science behind when I use what, but sometimes the Ableton Reverb is not what I need, and the Serum Reverb is really, really good. I really like it. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I'm feeling one, other times I'm feeling another. So with this Serum, this patch is so simple. There's no crazy things going on. So I pretty much just like turned the reverb on and that was it. I didn't adjust anything. So I just did it just to do it. So usually if I'm using Serum, I'm using the Serum Reverb. So that's just a fun fact. Alright, so I'm going to go in and let's see if we can kind of beef this up, because we still have an hour. So I'm going to make this build and then go into a trap drop. And then I'm honestly probably going to be streaming again very soon. So I might just leave, really focus on the future bass part of it, and then the build up, and then, or maybe then the build up and then go into the trap drop next time. I don't know. We'll figure this out. Alright, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to duplicate this patch and I'm going to delete everything. And I just want to have this MIDI kind of being previewed right here. And I'm going to go ahead. So alright, so let's go ahead and we really got to beef this up. Add some crashes, because these drums are just so weak. Maybe do a little reverse crash action. Maybe a little reverse snare action. I can't spell, but that's okay. We gotta move. Move, move, move. That's pretty cool. Whoops. Dumb mistakes. That's dope. I like that. And then maybe just like a real reverse snare. Sick. Alright, sounding cool so far. Alright, so there's our crash pattern. Maybe we'll add some fills. One shots.
Hey, get. Yo. Yeah. Word. Woo.
There we go. How to tune that. Throw a little reverb guy. And actually, I'm going to take this into the synths, so they're getting sidechained. Oh, God, what a fool I am. I didn't even sidechain these. God. So this should sound much better now. What am I doing right now? Okay, there we go. I want to change it. There we go. All right. I think I want to speed this up. Let's try speeding this up. All right, let's listen to what we have so far. That sounds pretty sick. Alright, so I'm going to keep adding some more one-shots. So let's go back in.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Alright, that sounds sick. Alright, I'm going to add like a little off snare. Pretty sure we're already using this snare. Is this 18? Yeah, damn, dude, I'm good. I just really like these certain samples, and I can just like, I'm always picking them out. All right. Whoa, heyo. So I'm going to just add these little off snares to give kind of just a little bit more. You know what? I'll leave that for the second part because that'll bring us in nicely. All right. Whoa. Oh my God, I hate that. so. And then let's go ahead and that goes right before. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this will be it. Maybe we'll add some vocal chops to that too. I don't know. Let's go back and listen to the whole thing. Now we're going to hold the root note. Eric, what do you mean I took out the best part? What was the best part? Let me know. And yo, you guys have any questions? I just went off for like a really long time because I just had a good idea. So if you guys have any questions about what I did or what I've been doing, definitely let me know. But I'm actually about to get into the build up, and I'm just going to take this as far as I can go, because it's really just about kind of writing as much as you can. I just want to kind of keep writing before I spend too much time like trying to figure out everything I could be doing better, because I know there's a lot, and a lot of that stuff comes on like a second or third listen. But let me save this first, actually, before we, God forbid, this crashed. Where am I saving this? I'll save it on the desktop. Let's go ahead and we'll call this Titan 4. When and how are you gonna repost this? I am probably going to I think this is just going to be on the YouTube, so we should be good there. Yeah, I'm really unorganized in that aspect. That's why I got so lost right there. I went to go save it, and I was like, where am I? There's projects inside of like dumb fake named folders, like just stupid. Like I'll literally name things just like whatever word I'm thinking at the time. It's just like that's what it is. And then I go back to look for that folder, and I'm just like, oh, I can't find anything. In the drop, what you had, there was 3/16 that you took out the saw lead. Not sure, but I'm gonna keep going. All right, so how do you feel about Splice? Splice is incredible. I mean, the Splice, not the samples, obviously. I mean, like some of them are good, but it's like needle in a haystack. You know, the odds of finding like a fire sample, honestly. But the saving part of it is beast. so beast. Like, I always have all of my projects saved to Splice. So even if I'm not collabing with people, I just I'll just save it, and then it'll like back it up. So then I have different versions. So that's always fire. But yeah, it's like the artist sample packs on Splice are fire, but like everything else is just like beat sauce. So yeah, so let's get back into this. I'm gonna take this first chord right here, and I am going to just keep repeating this because this is what is going to be our build up. So all right, that should be the build up right there. I think that's. Let's go ahead and I'm going to start making some locators. So intro 1.1. Call this intro 1.2. I'll call this future bass 1.1. Future bass 1.2. And then we'll call this build. Alright, so we're going to take out all of this rate automation right here. And I'm going to go ahead and make this all one long note because there's a little pitch modulation in the patch. Alright, so there it is. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to automate this as well. Actually, no, I'm just going to leave it. Screw it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pitch bend range up to 12, and we're going to pitch bend this up for the, right here. Maybe we'll get a little funky there. Alright, and then I'm going to leave one kick right there. Alright, so this is going to be our build up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually automate the dry wet of this. That up. So I gotta have this end right here. That's pretty irrelevant. Messing up. Alright. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so there is basically our build. So I'm gonna add downlifter, and I'll just add this other riser there again. That'll go right there. Alright, so let's find a downlifter. I'm gonna use this one, but I'm gonna like speed this up. And I gotta obviously tune it down to E. Alright, so let's listen back to what we have. Actually, no, we're not, because I'm just going to keep doing that. It's going to be terrible. So I'm going to copy this over to here. copy that over here, and we're gonna have to drop this down like 2 octaves. And then we're gonna have to pitch bend this up as well. I hope I didn't do that to the other one. Nope, good. Alright, let's find some drum builds. Actually, I'm going to continue these claps. Let's go ahead and drum build. Do you have a specific video for sidechain settings? That is actually hilarious because I actually just recorded a really in-depth tutorial for Cymatics on sidechaining. So I don't know when that's coming out, but it is recorded and done. So I can really go into depth with that. But basically what I like to do is I like to have these as my settings, and actually I should take this attack down. Oh, and actually I forgot one of the most important parts that I really love is this look ahead right here. So it says sets the amount of time that the input signal will be delayed. So I think what this does is this allows the compressor to kind of set the input signal a little bit behind, so it has time to really like dial in how the sidechain will be. So I like to set this both to 10, and I don't know if it's going to be a dramatic difference, but I think it just might sound better because the sidechain has like more time to get it right. So let's find this drum build. Let's go to 160. Maybe we'll do a little dropout right there. And actually, let's go ahead. I'm going to do it this way instead. So I'm going to just flatten those so the fades are built in. And then do like a little auto pan thing. So, and then I'll turn this off. And then we'll do like another weird sound right there. Alright, so let's go into Tighten. We'll just do like effects. Maybe that guy. Oh, actually, no, I know what we'll do. We'll do like a synth shot. All right, so here, let's play this now. Sick. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is a trick that I really love to do, and I'm gonna filter this down at the end of the future bass part and then start filtering it back up. So all right, and then I'm gonna start by adding, let's find that bass clef's easy washout. This is really cool too. All right, so basically I'm just gonna do like one of these. Actually, opposite. Like that. And basically what this is doing is it's got some grain delay, auto filter, which is doing a high pass, so getting rid of the lows, reverb, EQing the lows out, I believe, as well. Some compression, filter delay. It's a really great plugin and it's free. It's just like an awesome rack. And I can just put this on different things. So I can kind of put this here and it almost acts like effects. Maybe I'll add this back in. All right. So maybe I'll do that and I'll turn this guy off. I think it's right here. I got it. I know what I'm doing. All right, then I'm going to consolidate this. And I'm going to pitch this up. All right, and now let's find a sweet. All right, so this will be future bass. Now I'm going to make pre-drop vocal. Let's find a sick vocal.
Yeah.
3, 2,
Hollow tip. Got it.
get your ass.
Get to it.
Lick a pulled up. Major.
And light it up. My doors up.
I don't play that shit.
Run up in your shit. Stack it out.
They know.
To the sack. We fuck it up. We running this bitch.
Who that looking at us? Who that look? Who that?
Hollow high as fuck. Got it.
I'm gone.
So maybe I can do a little combo.
High. I'm high as. High as. fuck. I'm high as fuck.
Oh, there it is.
I'm high as fuck. High as fuck. High as fuck.
All right, let's get that fill in there. Just as a placeholder, maybe.
I'm high as fuck.
That'll work. All right, let's go ahead and process these. All right, so I'm gonna do OTT.
I'm high as fuck.
Maybe some overdrive. Maybe we'll do some tonal delay.
I'm high as fuck. I'm high as fuck. I'm high as fuck.
A little redux guy.
I'm high as fuck. I'm high as fuck. I'm high as fuck.
Maybe pitcher down.
I'm high as fuck. I'm high as fuck.
So maybe we can kind of make a little build out of this. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to consolidate all this. Tassione easily high as fuck. No, I don't smoke marijuanas. Marijuanas are bad for you. Everyone knows that. Let's put that bass clef easy washout on there. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do some utility as well, because when this thing is up, it gets a lot louder. So I'm gonna have to make like that same shape but reversed. Alright, so let's listen to everything from this part. Alright, we need to kind of crunch this together a little bit more. So there's this from the hollow tip. So this is just some OTT compression and EQ, and it's just kind of gluing everything together and making it a little bit brighter. Turn that up a lot and turn that off for that little thing. this one part. And we'll do like a little snare roll action. Snare. Oh my God, Billy, yeah, is your friend okay? He did a marijuana once? Jesus Christ, that kid is reckless. Alright, so we're going to do some trappy snare rolls. Pitch these guys. Damn. Fire. Alright, now let's get into our drop. This is probably the fastest I've ever written anything. Definitely could be better, but it's just okay, you know, it's okay for now. I really like these. So let's find a cool trap snare. Trap snare. Actually, I think I just want to keep this snare and then just have it repeat on that top note every time. Sick. Okay, so let's go ahead. First synth. All right. Let's see what we got here. Actually, I know what I want to do. I want to do the sub thing. I did this last time, but I love this trick so much. All right, sub. So we'll call this sub. We'll call this 808 bus. Then we're going to call this 808.1 and white noise. And we're going to send both of these to the 808 bus. And we're just going to make the nastiest 808 hit the world has ever heard. Alright, so that's a cool 808. Whoops. Alright. So let's do that, and then we're going to open up Serum. And all we're going to do is turn off oscillator A and turn on the noise oscillator and go to ARP white. And we're just going to put it right here. Doesn't matter where you put it. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and render out like a full bar of white noise and then flatten it so we can just be done with that and then just have our white noise. Alright, so now we have our white noise. Alright, so now what we're going to do is now we have the 808 and the white noise playing over top of each other. So what we're going to do now is we are going to put on Saturator. And let's go ahead and group this. Maybe a little redux. This just doesn't sound as good. I'll show you the effect I was going for. It's like this 808. This is an E, right? Yep, that'll be cool. All right, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to take this sidechain, kick sidechain, and put it down here. Do you know how to make that 808 from Daft Punk Starboy song, Nasty 808 with some acid sound in it? I definitely need to check that out. Okay. Why ARP white specifically? No specific reason. I just like that white noise. And basically what this is doing is, let's listen to this 808. This white noise is just adding some cool crunch. And this plugin Defacer, I'm not sure if this is free or not. I can't remember. But yeah, it's got like this deface, which is like redux, and this distort knob, and it's just really cool. I think Nitty Gritty showed me this, but yeah, it's really sick. So this is my 808 chain that I always use, and sometimes I have the white noise on. Sometimes I'm doing other things, but you can kind of EQ different things to make it a little bit cleaner. So we can EQ this low, this regular sub. Maybe EQ the white noise to get rid of some of those lows and mids, because there's just so much information. Basically, we just want like a thrashy sound. I feel like that's not an E. Now it's just a little sharp, so we'll go in. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll make our drop. That'll be our first sound. Alright, so somebody asked about 808 sounds like I'm being punched in the ears. Good, that's what we're going for. So somebody asked about, God, I keep clicking on Tasio and samples, god damn it. Somebody asked about manipulating like synth shots. Maybe we'll do this one. Let's process this, beef this up. Just like overdrive it, maybe. I really like overdrive. I really like doing this too, like a reverb throw. Just gonna start playing around with the pitch. That sounds like a FM bass.
Ice fuck.
We can do some cool things to this. All right, synth. Alright, now this is a little harsh, so I'm going to have to go in and EQ this. And what I'm going to do is throw that secret sauce on there. Maybe put a little reverb filter. I love doing this. I don't know how this is going to sound. Alright, now I gotta add some more drums in here. Alright, I'm kind of just free balling here. I kind of have an idea of what I want. Whoops. And then I'm going to make this one kind of descend. All right. Holy crap. That was so bad. Holy hell. Okay, let's regroup. All right, let's see if I have anything going on with my master. Okay. So, this is usually the most frustrating part for me. So what I might do is freeze this and flatten, because now you'll see, look how delayed everything is. Now I like go in and really take it, put it on. Like that is so delayed, and that's what that reverb filter does. So this is just a cool way of resampling. So I don't want it to be that sharp. So I might just move everything just forward a little bit. So I'm going to select all and then select this and then hold command. So this isn't even in key at all. I'm just trying to like throw down some weird stuff, kind of like how Quicks does. Oh my god, this is so bad. This is not like nearly as cool as Quicks. But this is kind of like a cool way to just like write some stuff, you know? Alright, I'm going to add those vocal chants in from earlier. Where were they? Alright, so I can go in and tweak this synth later, but for right now, this will be the working lead for the synth. I'm just going to show you kind of how to do all the cool things, because you guys know, you'll know when the synth is right and when it's wrong. Right now, it's just not super fire. So what I'm going to do is just start filtering this in. Alright, so this isn't standing out enough. I'm going to just have to turn this up. So that is going to be our working drop for now, because we got like 10 minutes left. So I'm just going to kind of show you the arrangement side of things. Alright, so then what I might do is add these claps in. Like I might add some percussion from the future bass part. So that's trap drop, and this is trap drop 1.2. And then let's add this to 1.2. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a really crappy master. Well, it's not going to be really crappy. It's going to be, it's the master I use for every song. But it's just like not at all. Oh, geez. It's not at all like ready for a master yet. Alright, let's not blow out my ears. Alright, so some of these aren't sounding good. go. All right, so let's just listen to how this will sound. So maybe at the end of this, we can bring in the end of these future bass chords. So do something like this. And then we'll take out this drop stuff. Actually, nah. We can do that. We can do that for this part. Oh, dog's barking. All right. And then it loops right back into it. Yo, I'm recording. All right, so let's play this one time all the way through again, and then I'm gonna take some questions because I'm gonna be done in like 10 minutes. So let's listen back all the way through one time, and we can even let this cycle through because we pretty much have a fully arranged song that we could do something to the something different to the second drop later. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole. I forgot to do the side chain to the drop the entire time. Oh, alright, let's play this again. See, this is what happens when you produce really fast. You miss some of the stuff like that. So, alright, I'm going to play from the future bass part, and then that'll be it. If you guys don't have any questions, this will be the end of the stream. So, I'm taking all your questions now. Alright, yeah, somebody brought up low cutting the trap lead, not necessary. That was just me making mistakes. Like, I was just moving so fast that I, like, just forgot. I mean, we pretty much wrote a full song in, like, less than 2 hours. So, that's just kind of how things go sometimes. And the Nightmare Master Chain, this is, I don't even know if this is even the Nightmare Master Chain. This has just been something floating around. But, nothing special. I don't use that. It's basically... I don't like that. Vintage Finalizer. This is something that's in Audio Effects racks, mixing and mastering. I thought this was in here somewhere. But this is pretty much the same thing. Multi-band compression. It's literally very similar to mine. Mine's just like slightly different. I like mine better. Other people said they like mine better. I'm better than Nightmare. No, I'm just kidding. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to save this, and that is a wrap. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know now. But if not, I'll give you like a couple more minutes for questions. All right. And already saved that. Anything at all, let me know. But yeah, that was cool. I've never written a song that fast. I mean, we had like 2 drops pretty much. Shout out Tassio and the whole Cymatics team for making this happen. Yo, much love to you, Billy Walker. Make sure your friend stays off the marijuana. So we don't want him to, you know, be homeless and a low life. When are you going to upload some more sound remakes, Cymatics? Tweet at Cymatics, because we just recorded a ton of them. Like, I recorded so many. What VST do I use for strings? I use the Contact. Let me see if I have it. Contact. This came with my interface. String ensemble. It's pretty dope. Pretty good. Definitely does the trick. Is the 808 sidechain? Yes, it is. I didn't send it to the sidechain bus because I didn't want to sidechain it to the snare, but I copied the kick sidechain over to the sub. Do you do any live streaming outside of when you do these for Cymatics? Do you have any clue a holotip lead was made? Yeah, I actually did a live stream for myself on Thursday, I think, where I like did demos and stuff and just showed some unreleased. And I forget how the holotip lead was made. I don't really remember what it sounds like, but I'm pretty sure I like ran through that project. Can't remember. How do we watch this again when it's over? I'm pretty sure this will be on YouTube. Brass. Where do you sample your drop brass? My drop brass every single time is Cymatics, Savage Drums, Brass. This one right here. That's the horn I use every single time, regardless. Always. Alright, so I'll take one more. Did I finish the fart song? No, I didn't. That was really fun, though. That was a blast. Alright, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, and yeah, definitely like, you know, stop in next time, and yeah, we'll figure out when we're doing this again and where we can rewatch this. So hopefully we can hit you back with that information. Where was your personal live stream? My personal live stream was on my Tassie on Facebook. And yes, I have my input turned off because I won't get that feedback. A lot of people will ask me that. If I set this thing to in, how come they're getting all this feedback? And that's because you have to put your input device off. But, all right, guys, that's everything. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And definitely come back next time.